I could get in on Dan's legs.
Sammy Henson doesn't have rugs, they're too soft.
I got the Gorilla Hulk.
And I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
I like it. Ramos. You can't call us hillbillies, Mr. Taylor.
I don't ever bet against Kyle Day.
They just started having like Peppelman babies.
David Taylor's the man.
Lee started shouting from the heels that I call Chris Taylor a big fat guy. Including the Cooperman autographed jockstrap Roper tweeted about today. Let's do it.
Running it right back 165. That was probably our quickest restart to date. I'm gonna let you run this down because it's got some of your
bad name.
No,
in
it's
there?
got some of your favorite guys in
Oh
there.
yeah, Palacio, White Hot, Palacio, Booth, Kent, Holdsworth, Walsh, Smith, Whiteman, and then we got Nick Vizzacaro from Rutgers and Ziegler on the outside looking in, seated. Palacio, I'll tell you, I didn't know much about that kid. Didn't watch a ton of him in high school. Seen him wrestle, watched a couple of his interviews. I'm an instant fan of this kid.
He goes hard.
Goes hard, loves life, energetic dude. I like him. Didn't know much about him. Gonna find out more about him in the next month.
A little more scrappy, Dylan Ness-ish. Because he's like the laid back, kind of surfer dude, if there's ever a surfer dude in Minnesota.
Oh yeah. That's a good call.
Palacio's more, get after you.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on the Dylan Ness being a surfer guy. That's dead on.
Yeah.
That's dead on. Where did all that come from? Just he's in Minnesota and all of a sudden decided he's going to be a surfer guy?
Just kind of, that's his
He
mentality.
does spend a little bit of time in Cali. He spends about 3 weeks out of the year in
fun.
California. I think he's starting to get that lifestyle.
See him and Jason Welch hanging out somewhere.
Joe Booth, I was a huge fan of his, and he kind of dropped off the grid,
He's
left
got a win over
Drexel.
Palacio.
And then he goes to Hofstra. You said he's got a win over Palacio, so anything can happen here. Your Penn wrestlers, tell you, man, Eider's, and it's kind of like Pitt. They're always going to bring that solid squad, kind of like the Kent State guys. And some of those guys just hop into that top 2, top 3 every now and then and surprise. Holdsworth has always been there. Don't know much about Walsh from Navy. But I'll tell you, man, to me, this is a 2-horse race in this weight class. I don't see these guys not making the finals. But I don't know, unless you got something on inside line on somebody that I don't know about.
I'm going Palacio, and I think he's going to have a great NCAAs too. I just don't think those big moments phase him.
Tell you, man, if you look traditionally at the Cornell wrestlers and how they handle that big moment, they do a great job of helping those kids prepare for that big moment.
2 years, Cornell, look out.
And a lot of people are saying that about Ohio State too. Forgot to mention Devin Gobo. Didn't want to count out the Harvard guy. Harvard, probably you're taking 5 in this spot. I could see Gobo creeping up in there in that top 5 spot and going and getting Harvard another NCAA qualifying bid.
I'll endorse that.
I'll endorse that. 3 spots at 174. I'll let you run them down.
We got Elliott Riddick, Lehigh, Shane Hughes, Matt Miller, Duke Pickett, Brian Harvey, Bakakis.
You got it.
That's a tough one for me. McDonald.
Scary one. If you
Brad
say it
Wookie.
wrong.
Man, I hadn't heard Brad Wookie's name in a long time. Callahan, McKeever, and Ian Roy. Your Harvard rounding out the bottom. I tell you what, man, Elliott Riddick, for a young guy, is so gifted on his feet. This guy could end up being pretty dominant in his wrestling career.
I remember watching him, was it Super 32 Finals 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Man, that kid can freaking move for a big cat. But he was like I want to say he's a 57-pounder his senior year?
No, he wrestled
that big?
Pribish. He wrestled Pribish down at Disney. And Pribish has been a long way removed from 157 pounds.
Yeah, I was thinking he was lighter when he was in high school, man. But you're right, man. Fun guy to watch in the neutral position. Matt Miller, tough Navy guy. Solid wrestler, all positions. I don't know if I see him getting past Hughes, the Columbia wrestler.
No, I think Riddick and Hughes is split. I'm sure Gerard's got it down in here somewhere. Keep talking, I'm going to read.
Duke Pickett.
Yeah, they split on the year, each decision.
On the
each other.
Cornell love train. I just love the dude's name. If I
He
had
should be in a Western movie.
I know, if I had a kid tomorrow, and I'm not a redneck by any stretch, but if I want him to just be tough, just tough sounding names,
Does Duke Pickett wear a white cowboy hat or a black cowboy hat?
Oh,
in his
white all
Western
day
movie?
long, sir. White all day long. Maybe
Two
even with a
guns-
racing
two
stripe
guns
of
or one?
skunk fur down the middle just to look like a boss.
No, 2 guns
Yeah.
or 1.
Huh?
2 guns or 1.
Duke
I'm a
Pickett?
big Western movie fan.
No, he's 2 guns ablazing.
No, he's way
solid
too,
gold.
way too skilled for that.
Solid gold, guns, white hat, some type of mohawk stripe of a killed animal down the middle.
No, white hat, 1 gun. You better run. You don't need 2. You only need 6 bullets. You better run. White hat, 1 gun. Better run. Motto for life.
How many people have you seen in a white hat? In 1 gun.
Ed Picola
That's true. I would run from Ed Picola for various reasons.
making fun of me, and I just drop it on you. Wow.
White hat train. I hadn't talked to Ed in a while. Shout out to Ed Picola. He awesome, dude.
White
Dude
hat,
loves
1
wrestling,
gun.
coaches kids, covers the sport, man. We need more guys like Ed Picola in the world. That's kind of all I got, man. On the Pickett train, I really can see. I could see Pickett making. I could see him making the semis, man. But I just really don't. I don't see him getting past Riddick. But hey,
Matt Miller's got the talent to win this weight class for sure. He's just Rocky Roadish.
Rocky Road. What movie is that from? Ruth, baby. What movie is that from? Somebody
The
knows.
Goonies?
Yes! Sloth! Yes!
The Baby Ruth is what got
Yes! Rocky Road.
184. You gotta go.
I had a bad childhood.
I can't
Dean
recover from
Thomas, Bernstein,
throwing
Tompkins,
some movie knowledge
Harner,
at you this time.
Hernandez, Deichel. I'm not going Dickel on that one. Dickel's got to take a tinkle. Washington, Croy,
I
Seidenberg,
apologize.
Zoni, Manier, DeCiantius. No, DeCantis. I don't know.
DeCiantius. That's probably your worst phonics
No,
I've
that's
heard.
DeCiantius.
That's I'm gonna laugh if that's
close.
right. Gabe Dean's, I think he's kind of in a spot on his own here.
Oh, man.
You probably could call this.
John Hughes is gonna crush my skull when he sees me mispronouncing his guys' names.
I tell you,
was
I've been
funny.
impressed with Gabe Dean. He became one of my favorites to watch at the Scuffle. He just goes hard. Lorenzo Thomas got a lot of talent. Ophir Bernstein, your Brown wrestlers got a lot of talent. He's had some good wins this season. But man, you beat Ed Ruth, you got to be that tough. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
without
I hate
a doubt.
and I hate to just keep going back to that with Gabe Dean because he's put a great season together. He's just a great wrestler, man.
And you'll hear a lot of good coaches say one match does not define you, but I think certain matches can springboard you to a place that you didn't think you were ready for yet. And I kind of think Gabe Dean knew he was ready for that match before he had it. It just confirmed it, and it solidified the rest of his season. And
He's had some close matches though.
I'll tell you this.
Sometimes he has trouble scoring a little bit.
I'll tell you this. A guy that maybe will wrestle a closer match and not go out there and try to wrestle Gabe Dean's pace and try to control the action could make trouble for him, because like you said, he's had trouble scoring points in matches. Guy knows how to win though, man. It's tough to beat a winner.
It is tough to beat a winner. You're right. The guy that wins is tough to beat.
That's my quote for the day. It's tough to beat a winner.
Pretty insightful. We're just spiraling downhill so fast.
But hey, I look like $1 million because I've been talking about Brandon Palak for the last 2 years. He's your 1 seed here. I'll let you run down the rest just because I want to say I told you so.
Chase Bennett, Danny Mitchell, James Fox, Cody Reed, Abe Ayala, Paul Rands, John Bolick, some of the other ones, Barnes from Army, and he's got Ayala down here twice.
Ayala's just going to wrestle 2 weight classes, 2 age groups.
Both sides
like
of the
youth
bracket.
Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll talk about Palak a little bit. He got busted up a little bit at the Scuffle, had a rough weekend.
Danny Mitchell's the only one I've seen wrestle a whole lot here.
Jace Bennett, I think he matches up okay with Palak if they make the finals, but I would be surprised if Palak doesn't walk out of here with a title. He's had the talent to do it. Probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe his freshman year when he was at the.
Dude, I bet 6 years ago when he was a junior in high school, he had a talent.
Whatever, shut up. I'm just saying, 3-4 years ago at the Las Vegas Open was kind of the first time I got to see him wrestle in the flesh, and I was pretty impressed. And he's what? What are you laughing at me for?
Some of your phrases crack me up.
Get to see wrestle in the flesh in person? Whatever, man. But like I said, man, I've been a Palak fan. I'm staying on the train. My Grijalles Palak buses. And you're watching the Macintosh charter bus just creep out, and you're like, hey, come back.
I know, man. I feel bad about it.
Whatever.
Austin Somers still on that bus somehow.
Somer's not at Drexel anymore, I
I know.
don't think.
It's been a while. We gotta hurry, 285 because the flashing lights blinking at us. We're about to run out of battery. Billy Smith, Rutgers, Stolfi from Bucknell, Duel from Binghamton, Heron American, Jacob Aiken Phillips,
Yeah, Georgia boy.
Max Wessel, Lehigh, Ray O'Donnell, Graziano from Penn, some of the other ones, KV Cook, Ines. Come on. There's not a vowel.
David NG.
That's gotta be a typo.
All right.
It's just silent. His last name, whole last name, silent.
Yep. What is NG on the periodic table? That's what we'll call him.
That's nothing. And Mitchell Hughes
Nadrangamate.
from Hofstra.
Is it Nadrangamate?
No.
I just made up an element.
I don't know a whole lot about this weight.
I think Stolfi, for the most part, has been the front runner. Your Bucknell wrestle for the most of the season.
Picking Jacob Aiken Phillips.
But yeah, dude, man, Aiken Phillips has had some great matches. He's wrestled some of the top guys in the country close at the end of this season. I'd like to see
Stolfi Aiken Phillips.
Stolfi Aiken Phillips final is where I'm going with
Done.
that.
You heard it here first. There's
Book
your
it.
previews.
Put it on the board.
Look for the Pirate Radio link coming out. We're sneaking in. We're gonna do it. We're out.